I have a 6 KD in Warzone and want to share 5 advanced tips with you today in preparation for Warzone Pacific, and we're going to start right now. Hey guys, Ollie Godspeed here, and for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you feel part of the family here. I create a lot of Warzone content like loadout guides, atomic camo guides, streamer reactions, and my main goal is to provide you guys tips and tricks on becoming a better player. Now, if this sounds like something you're interested in and want to be a part of, well then make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications on so you don't miss a single video. I guess you could say these tips are kind of like hidden secrets in Warzone because it may not be that obvious, or it could be something that you've completely glossed over. The last tip is definitely my favorite and it is hilarious. To be honest, it's a bit of a troll, so make sure you watch till the end because you definitely don't want to miss that. The first tip is that you can actually see ghosted players on a single UAV. What, Godspeed? Did I hear that right? Yeah. Almost 2 years into release and not many people know this at all, even now. I was playing with a mate the other day and he thought it was a gulagger. To make sure everyone is on the same page, I just want to quickly explain how a UAV works. If there is up or down arrows on the red pings that pop up, it means they are either above or below whatever level you are on, respectively. Now, in this clip, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually went for the ghosted player that was out in the open first and completely ignored the guy in the house. And the reason is because the likelihood of the other player in the house moving is extremely rare. He already set up his tent, he probably has bouncing betties or claymores set up, so the chance of him moving is unlikely. Whereas I wanted to catch the other guy that was out in the open, rotating either up the hill or into the police department. So, you know, little things like this you can start implementing into your gameplay to definitely get better. Now, I don't know the exact measurement in meters, but you roughly have to be around 240 plus meters away from the ghosted player to see them. Don't worry too much about the meters. When you open your map, focus on the edge of the UAV wave. You will see a red ping and then it will disappear as you get closer. Make sure you ping the last known location of the ghosted player so you don't get confused with all the different buildings and terrain around. So this is a little reminder for you ghosted players that you may not be as safe as you think. So don't stay in one spot and always keep moving so you keep your opponents guessing. Now, I'm actually a keyboard and mouse player. That's why you can see me potato with the controller right here. And this guy's a ghosted player. And he thought I was wall hacking, which is quite understandable actually. Now you can take this a step further and help out your teammates with comms. In this clip, my teammate commed there was a ghosted player on the buy and 3 in the building. So next time if you happen to be split from your teammates and have a UAV up, give them comms. I was told there was 1 on the 2nd floor and a couple on the ground floor. And this quickly turned from a blind fight into an extremely easy fight. Alternatively, if you know there is a ghosted player lurking somewhere like a rat, then if you have a vehicle handy, drive far away enough and guide your teammate to that ghosted player. Coming in at tip number 2 is something most people in the Call of Duty community gloss over and probably ignores 99% of the time, which is the deployable cover. Now, most of you already know that deployable covers completely stop vehicles speeding at you. You can use it for jumps and cover, but did you know that it can completely prevent you from getting stunned as well? It's quite funny because I see a lot of players that never grab it, even if they don't have anything in their inventory, despite it being so useful. Now, I know there are some equipment that are better, like dead silence and trophy systems, but if you have none of those, just grab this one if you see it lying around. In fact, it is probably one of the best counters to riot shield users if you don't have a trophy handy with you. Now, at this stage, these are only in iron trials, so grab it if you don't have anything else that's better. They were taken out from regular Verdansk, maybe because no one used them, but who knows? Maybe they might reintroduce it back for Warzone Pacific, so keep an eye out for that. Now, this third tip has 2 important parts, and before we go over it, I just wanted to say, I know you're having a good time, so make sure you like the video. Thank you, that was so kind of you. Now we're moving on to precision airstrikes and the 2 key components on how it works. The first component I would assume most of you already know by now, which is that when every time someone calls in a precision airstrike, they get pinged on the map. Now this guy tried to do a cheeky pre-airstrike on exactly where I was driving, and this is where awareness comes into play. I didn't have a UAV up, he popped up red and disappeared. So I had a feeling there was going to be an airstrike in my location, and I heard the jet engines overhead, which confirmed my suspicion, and I was able to escape successfully. So start paying attention to the minimap and call it out to your teammates so they know exactly where you're getting pushed from. The second component is that you can tell the exact direction in which the airstrike arrives if you look at your minimap. As you can see, the plane is situated at the top of the minimap in the exact direction I was facing, which therefore indicates the direction it's coming from. In this clip, I got a bit greedy and got done by the airstrike through the windows, which was unfortunate. Moving on to tip number 4, which is something a bit subtle, but still relevant and is overlooked. And it's the passive ability of C4s. Now, I'm not talking about pre-placing a C4 on vehicle, but rather talking about the smoke that dissipates once it's detonated. You need to start using the smoke emitted to your advantage, and you can easily wipe squads and even riot shield users. Let me explain. Now, this clip summarizes what it's like to be on the receiving end of this play, and as you can see, I barely see him, whereas he can see me clear as day. So how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? Well, in this scenario, I actually come across a riot shielder and he managed to get a stun off on me, and the best thing I could do in this situation was to obscure his vision by throwing a C4 and dropping to the ground and using that to my advantage. Now, this put a lot of pressure on him to back off, ended the game right then and there. Furthermore, you can actually do this against squads to disorientate them and to make a play around them. Now, I know this clip is old and you can't throw C4s that far anymore, but the tip is still 100% relevant and useful. And finally, we're here. The last and my favorite tip in Warzone. I'm going to hate myself for revealing this as more people are going to start doing it, and I don't see anyone doing it at all at the moment. But I love doing this and it's absolutely hilarious. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, if you happen to kill really sweaty players or someone with a huge ego, now you might be thinking, how do I know if they have a huge ego? Well, you might hear something in the deathcom like, oh, you got so lucky, or you're so shit, you're so bad. Then you know there's someone with a huge ego and they think they're better than you. Or even if it's people that you know, you need to start doing this right now. And that is hiding their guns. Yeah, you heard me right. You might be thinking, what is the point of that, Godspeed? You might even say, wow, Godspeed, that's a ratty thing to do. And it is. But then again, it's a battle royale game. And your goal is to be the last one standing. And my goal is to help you achieve that. And think about it, right? You just wiped a decent squad, so why not reduce their chances of survival when they come back from the gulag and get them out of the game straight away? Sure, you have two options: either camp the guns till the players land back, or just leave and move on for more kills or better positioning, whatever you're interested in doing, right? I'm proposing a third option, which is the best of both worlds. If you camp their guns, but you're less skilled and they land back and manage to grab the guns, you may potentially die. But what if you hide their guns? What are they going to do? Nothing. Now, if they're good players, they usually either scout the area. For example, if you rocked up in a vehicle before the fight, they might check to see if the vehicle is still there. Or they may even land nearby. Or if their ego's through the roof, even land directly on their guns. Then you can proceed to ambush them, and you just turn the second engagement from a 95% odds of success to 100%. Or you don't even have to be there and keep doing your normal rotations, but you just ruined the game for them, and it'll be hard for them to regain. As I mentioned before, this is a toxic tip, and I only do it to people I know or someone really sweaty, and I feel like trolling them. Take a look at this streamer's reaction to what we did.
He's coming up. I broke him, bro. Oh my god.
Oh, it's fucking Godspeed, bro. I wonder. It's fucking Godspeed and Requiem.
He's considered my guns as well.
Wow, dude.
Oh my... Bro, Godspeed. What the fuck is the point of hiding my shit?
They wouldn't have hit it far, bro.
Nah, they wouldn't. They would have hidden it somewhere where we can't see it.
I feel like I need to put a warning label with this tip because it can actually cost you your friendships. And I've had someone remove me from their friends list for doing this, which is amazing. I loved it. And this streamer actually, by the way, never ended up finding his guns. but unfortunately the other two did. And that's it for today's episode of Advanced Tips in Warzone. I sincerely hope you learned something new, and if you did or just enjoyed the video, smash that like button and share it with your squad. It will help me out a lot to make more videos like this in the future, which means I can bring out more content for you guys. And let me know in the comments below which tip was your favorite. I'll see you all in the new map.